Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm gonna explain to you how do I think this bull market will develop and how you can take the most out of it. So currently we're in a situation where the next 10 to 14 months are gonna be a very good bull market. A lot of people will make money and a lot of people will lose money. So the first most important thing about the bull market is that there's a lot of volatility, especially on altcoins. You can see on a daily basis 10, 15, 20, 30% move just on a day-to-day basis. So the most important aspect of bull market is actually volatility. So if you're trading on spot, if you're doing anything on spot, just be careful to not get caught off guard. So keep that in mind. Now, first of all, I'm gonna explain to you which technical levels do I like, which technical levels I'm looking to take trades, specifically long setups, right? So let's jump in. I'm gonna first explain to you the technical levels, then I'm gonna go into Elliott wave and actually explain my theory about how the next couple of months will develop. So let me just show you a few things quickly. So the first thing is gonna be the key levels. So in terms of key levels, here we do have a monthly. I'm gonna hide it. This weekly I'm gonna hide. And these are basically the horizontal levels which I'm actually interested in. I'm interested in this weekly at 51.7 and this daily here and this daily here. So pretty much this area and this area. Anything in between, like this daily and this daily, I'm looking to take trades more of an intraday perspective, not that much from a swing perspective. And here I'm gonna explain why. So if I zoom in, move into the weekly chart, and let me just show you the fixed range. Okay, so these are the fixed ranges, the volume profiles, this whole area. So the first pool is especially the big one. So pretty much from the beginning of this whole section being unlocked, and it's capturing this whole area. So usually this thing is highlighted for a reason. So this is called the low volume node. Usually low volume nodes tend to get filled and pretty much fixed. So this distribution curve can look something like this. Why? Well, usually distributional curve, especially in a well-developed range, is looking like this. This is called the bell theory. You can look it up. So usually low volume nodes tend to get filled and fixed one way or another. So I do believe price will consolidate here at some point. Also, in terms of fixed ranges, I have selected the bear market range, then the upwards phase, and then the acceleration. Why? Because you can basically see where we have the gaps in price in terms of acceleration, right? So the first gap is up here between 59 and 52. So this is a big gap, and at the low part of that gap you do have that low volume node, which in my opinion at some point will be fixed. So in terms of a horizontal level, yes, this is a very good area. But there is one more area which I don't see a lot of people talking about, and this is the big range VAR. So if you pull out the fixed range from the beginning to the current place, you can clearly see that the value area high, the whole section is coming into that level. Now if I just delete this for a second and zoom in, you can also see that the anchored view up from the 39k low is coming pretty much a bit before that. So what we can expect if price comes back and backtests that value area high, which is a very key level for me, you can look for a long setup into that area, which is gonna be looking something like this. It's look like this, and we're gonna continue to the first target of $76,000. So this is my first big target for BTC, 76.2. This is a very big and key target for Bitcoin in my opinion. So yeah, this is the first area where I will look for a long setup. Now, what happens if we actually get accepted into the value area high? It's not gonna be a very bullish thing, because it could signify a whole nother rotation in terms of coming back to the point of control, which is coming around 45k, and potentially the value area low, which is coming down to 32k, which is way too low compared to where we stand right now. You have to break one range to the downside, you have to break a second range to the downside. It's way too ahead of time to be thinking about 32k. It's way too much of an imaginary price right now. So yeah, this is the first area where you should be looking for a long setup, and then the next place in my opinion will be this weekly from here. Why? Well, it also coincides with a naked monthly point of control. So these are all the naked point of controls. Yes, you do have a daily at 54.8, but it's just gonna signify like potential day trade. But on the same place as that weekly, you do have a monthly naked point of control, and on top of that you have a Monday low from here, which is a poor low. So in terms of a TPO perspective, I do see a lot of reasons for Bitcoin to come back down into this area. First, to fix the low volume node. Second, to fix this Monday low. And third, to tap the monthly point of control, which is gonna signify a lot of people who would like to get break even, especially short people that went short, that just want to break even, right? And a lot of panic is gonna come, and it's gonna be a good area. And also, if you take a look at the golden pocket from the expansion start till here, it's coming into this area as well. So this is gonna be a very favorable area to look for longs. I don't know if it will happen now or later on, I have no idea, but it is a very good place to be looking forward to. And in terms of Elliott wave, here what I have in mind. So let me just show you how this thing looks on a daily perspective. And let me zoom out a little bit and explain you the whole situation. So first, we do have that first wave, which is a very simple one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then ABC for correction wave 2, which was a full flat. You can clearly see wave A, B, C, clear. Then you have the wave 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is pretty much sideways, and usually wave 2 and wave 4, they're the opposite, right? So as you can see here, wave 2 on the bigger count, on the green one, was flat. So I do expect that wave 4 will be more like of a complex correction. It will be either an expanded one, or WXY, or ABCD, potential ABCDE. But overall, this is the way I think it will look, right? So the top, in my opinion, the first top would be somewhere around between 73 and 80k, something in that area. In terms of a time, it is coming at the beginning of May. And then we do have wave 4 coming in place at November. So we're gonna see how this plays out. This is my personal thoughts in terms of a bullish perspective. Even in terms of a target, if we check out this pool on log scale, so the target for wave 3 is coming at 76.2. So this is gonna be your target for the third wave, right? And this is the way I think the whole thing will develop. Very simple. Even a wave 3, very explosive, very highly priced. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're coming in for the fifth wave, and we're gonna see that correction coming in place. Generally, this whole impulse took from August until May. So this is what, 4 and 5, 9 months. So for these 9 months, you can correct pretty much probably half the time, considering we're in the bull market. So 4 months and a half from May until November. Yeah, something like that. It does make perfect sense for me. So I do think that this could be a very vital correction. A lot of people will get scared here, especially right now. We can clearly see Coinbase as an up, coming higher in the scoreboard on the App Store as a download. We can see a lot of fear and greed index at the highs like 80, 90. So I do think that this will be a very good reset, especially for the funding and stuff like that. It does make perfect sense for me for Bitcoin to correct like this and then continue up higher. I do think the correction will take place after the beginning of May. I don't know how it will develop exactly in terms of correction, because it can be just like a flat like this, right? It can be something like this as well. I'm not saying that it's gonna be happening the exact 100% like this. And also remember that we're still in a third wave. Third wave could end even at 80, 90,000, even $100,000, right? Because wave 3 is very expanded. Wave is the largest of all, so pretty much it started 23, and it does make sense for it to finish at 70, 80k. It does make sense for it to continue way higher as well. We don't know exactly how this will develop. but I do believe that there is no discussion at the moment, is this a bear market or bull market? We can clearly see that we're in a very good bull market. I do think that it will last at least the next 10 to 12 months, the very least. It can be expanded up to 2 years, like 20-24 months. We're gonna see how this develops in terms of market, but take advantage while you can, because this is gonna be one of the last volatile cycles. So take care, preserve your capital, be smart with your decisions, and stay smart.